Is it live?
We're live now. Yeah, let's refresh. Don't make me laugh. My back is not good today.
Can you just write a list of everything you want me to not do?
Don't make me laugh.
I need like a...
Oh, I need the post-it up there. Remember you said you were going to do the post-it?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Get it.
I might need it.
I'll get it.
We're live, you know.
I'll get it.
I'm just refreshing.
We're early.
We're early. We are 3 minutes early. This is like shocker. Okay, there I am, like laughing like a crazy person. Hello, everybody. Say hello when you jump on. I can't wait to paint with you this evening. We're gonna paint stems. We're gonna paint the vase. I'm gonna show you how to make things look round again on the vase, and then we're gonna paint the base to our sunflowers. I have Miss Rebecca with me.
Hi.
She always makes me laugh. And I was throwing pots on pottery wheels today, and I think I stooped, and I have this spinal cord injury and a disc shoved right in the middle of it. Ugh, it's not pretty.
Sounds great.
But it was a really fun day.
Sounds like a nice little Wednesday.
Yeah, we went. It was a family day. My daughter was in from New York, and so my son and his girlfriend, my daughter came, and we all we did pots on the pottery wheel, which is the most relaxing thing ever. Just as much as painting. I love it so much, but afterwards my back hates me.
All right.
Yeah, so it'll take a day or so.
Yeah.
So say hello when you're jumping on. Say hello, hello. Oh, wait, I can see. I have to make it bigger.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, ready? I lost my glasses over the day. Let me see. Here. Oh, no, that wasn't right. Here. No,
Nope.
that wasn't right. I'm trying to get the
Go back
comments
to
on that.
home.
Okay. We'll be right with you.
And then go back to click you.
Okay. Now we can get it from here. Oh my. It's going all over. I don't know why.
Okay. Now I'm from there.
There we go. We're here.
There you go.
Let's see. Okay. Hey Mary. Hi Karen. I'd love to see where everybody's from. Hi Michelle. Hi PM. How are you? Just joined the membership. We're so excited to have you. I can honestly say I haven't been this excited in a while to paint. Oh, I'm so glad. Hi Dina. Hi Cheryl. Hi Lori. Hi Deborah. Hey Nicole. How is everybody? Hi Karen, Diane, Ann, Lynn, Jill, and hi Ann, hi Deborah. Another Michelle,
Casey,
Donna,
would you like
Jill.
to show some
yes.
paintings?
Yes, I would love to.
Okay.
So we're going to show you some pumpkin paintings while you're all jumping on of just other paintings that are in our vault for an HQ membership that you will be able to paint, not just from the tutorial that goes with this, but because you already know that you can paint what we're painting right now. So your tools you're learning during this 6-day live will help you paint these paintings. She's just going to flash them up while I say hello, because I never get to watch the whole time. Hi, Mal from Iowa. Hello, Judy. Hi, you make me laugh. I can see you in the corner. Hi, Cheryl. Thanks for sharing. Oh, ladies, make sure you share so you have a chance to win one free month of KCKHQ and $20 Case Cash. We're going to draw that 2 more times this week. So make sure you share the live to be entered and write shared, like comment shared. Hold on one second. I'm going to put this. Where do I have that at? I can't see. Right here? Yes.
Nice.
So share the live, like our page, and comment shared, and you'll be entered to win. Okay? Perfect. Yeah. So let me see. Who else is jumping on? This is one of my favorite ones to paint. We've painted this in the studio and online so many times. They all come out beautiful. You would not believe the simple ways to make this wreath. Like it comes together. It just comes out beautifully. Hey Lois, how are you? Nebraska here. Hi Robin from Clayton, Ohio. Hi Debbie. Hi Jill. I think I'm going back this way now.
Barrel of pumpkins.
Oh yeah, grateful pumpkins. We have a lot. Like we had to name all different names. We just pulled a whole bunch off the walls right before we started. Hi Charlotte, thanks for sharing. Hi Wendy, thanks for sharing. Hi Barb.
I like this.
Hi.
This is my favorite.
Oh, I did love painting this. And Isabella just made a reel on this. We just put up a reel. So if you scroll down our page, you'll see close-up strokes for this. Hi Jean, thanks for sharing, ladies. Miss Luann, hello. Everybody's sharing. Yay. Hi Barb, how are you? Poconos, Decorative Arts. Thanks for joining us, Charlotte. Denise, Jerry from Fort Myers, Florida. I used to live in Sarasota for 10 years. Donna, thanks for sharing. She's from California. Can't wait for the sunflowers. Yeah, I love, 2 of my favorite things are pumpkins and sunflowers. So you'll see them in so many paintings.
Yeah.
That's a fun painting to create too. It's a little longer because you have to black out the wagon first. This is a smaller version of the one that we're doing. This is in the in our vault for our membership, so you can paint this instead of that or both. We have several of our ladies who are painting both at the same time during this week.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, this was on wood also. Thanks for sharing, Donna. Thanks for sharing, everybody. Let me see. Judy. Hi, Gail from Canada. Thanks for sharing. I need your help with the paint. When you get a chance, I had to send you a message. Okay, we'll look for that, Michelle. Althea, how are you? From Atlanta.
This is a pretty one.
Oh, this is called Stacked Pumpkins. And this has texture. We can hold this up real close. So I have texture in the background. Oh, here we go again. See the texture? Can you see that on there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is fun to paint. I really liked it. You know, of course, that's a 12 by 24 canvas or 14 by 24. Hey, Becky, congratulations on winning the prize wheel yesterday. So it's just a free month of HQ. This I did a workshop on last fall, and I loved painting this. It has a little bit of like metallics in it. They have teal sunflowers in here, so I made that up. I never really saw them like that. And then we have little pumpkins throughout. But this is a real nice piece. I had this in my foyer. I liked that one. Fun. Pat from North Carolina, how are you? Hi, Cheryl Moyer, how are you? Hi, Sharon. Hi, Lynn. Thanks so much, Lynn. We thought we'd entertain you while you were jumping on and showing you painting. This is a cutie. This is one of my favorites. We painted we did several classes in the studio, and we had a workshop with about 600 people that painted this last year, and they came out so cool, and everybody used different colors for the fingernails and things like that. And we call it Stolen Halloween. We don't use the GR word. This is Stolen Halloween.
Right.
Yeah. So Stolen Halloween. And so those are in the vault also. Gretchen, hello. Evening, Teresa. Thanks, Lynn. Hi, Virginia. Those are so beautiful. I spent the day trusting the process. I love that so much. I have a big learning curve. I love that. Yeah, this is new. We're calling this muted pumpkins because, you know, we're running out of names. And can you reach over here? This is an oldie but goodie. It's so simple, like so simple. That's on wood palette. Thanks, Deb. Hi, Diana. Hi, Dee. If you're just jumping on, make sure you share the live so you can get entered into our prize wheel and win, because we have more prize wheels. So I thought I'd show them this because it's just funny.
Yeah.
It's cute. So there's pumpkins and sunflowers in there.
There are. Yes.
There's a very easy method to make corn. You'd be shocked. Yeah, very easy method. It's true. I call him Pumpkinhead, but it's Scarecrow.
Pumpkinhead.
Thanks for sharing. Hi, ladies. Everybody's wonderful. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Sandy from Northern Illinois. Ruby, hello, my friend. Cindy Armstrong Keller. Shared 2 times. Thanks, Teresa. Thanks, Cindy. I've been away for a while with a little stroke. Oh, Debbie Hobbs, I'm so sorry to hear that. Not able to paint right now, just catching you on the live. I missed the group. We've missed you too. I'll put you in my prayers for sure. I'm coming to see you in September. I got off from work. Can't wait to do the workshop. Oh my gosh, our members weekend. Yeah, this one's not in there yet. I just created this.
Oh, that one?
But he was in our front window. He's in the membership also, but I love teaching this to show people how you can make like a field of flowers. It's a lot more simple than you would think, but this is called our Sunflower Woolly Cow, I believe.
Nice.
But we just wanted to show you some of our paintings. I'm gonna pull some of these off so they're not.
Okay.
Do you
want to slide them over here?
Yeah,
Okay.
that'd be great.
On it.
Ladies ready? Is everybody ready? Let me see. Did I miss theirs? Oh, there's Jerry. Hi, Clone. Thanks for sharing. Hi, Mary. How are you? You caught up on your pumpkin paintings today. Yay, Becky. I'm so glad. Desi, my husband hung up the milk can with the sunflowers in the house. I swear, before the paint was dry. I love that so much. Yay. So that's the biggest compliment ever, you know. Thanks, Madison. Thanks for sharing, Miss Ruby. Hi, Christy. Thanks for sharing, Debbie. Hi, Carolyn. How are you? Hey, Kim. Hi, Joan. Love the cows. Oh, thank you. We do have several like Highlanders.
You do?
Yeah. Oh, that's so nice, Michelle. Thank you for sending prayers. Can I paint today's things when I haven't painted yesterday's things? You can actually, because you're totally fine. You can put the other pieces in later, so you're totally fine. Hold the brush when you're doing the pumpkins and very slowly do a couple of strokes. Sure, can you remind me of that?
Yes.
Okay, and we'll do that right at the end, Gail, if that's all right. Lori, hello. Thanks for sharing, everybody. Let me see. Deanna, hello. Hi, Kathy Cunningham, how are you? Thanks for sharing, Brendan, Althea, everybody. Thank you. What time are we at?
8:09.
Okay, so we have to start painting.
Let's do it.
So at the very end, can you remind me to show a pumpkin again real slow?
Yes.
And then, so I want to let you know too, for those of you that are painting, on the bottom left-hand side, if you don't have it expanded to full screen, you can pause and rewind the lives.
Right.
You'd be really surprised like how nice that is. So if you need to, or you can come back to it later and pause or rewind if you want to. And the pumpkins from yesterday too, you can pause them and rewind them, but I'll definitely show them at the end, okay? I tried to get the link to the pumpkins, but it wouldn't let me follow. So Debbie, that's the link to the pumpkins at the top. So we have day 1, day 2 pinned at the top in the featured, so you can click on those and play those. And then the one from last night, I still have it pinned at the top. It only allows you to pin so many things. So, but they're all still in the feed. Hi, Luce, how are you? Barb, maybe you can just refresh because our Wi-Fi is strong, so it might be your signal. Maybe just refresh and hopefully that comes back for you. Hi, Susan, how are you? Yeah, we're really pleased about this new, internet signal in here. I'm cable symbol. I can't talk.
Very nice.
Okay. Oh, she made me a note. You're so nice. Okay, we have all the same colors as yesterday. I have my white, I have my black, I have my cad yellow, okay, so just medium yellow color. I have my burnt sienna, which is a reddish brown. You can always put red and orange into a dark brown. I have my raw sienna, which is a light brown. I put more white on here because this is what I did to my white yesterday. I have my Van Dyke brown, which is my dark brown, and you'll have a supplies list. So for those of you that still need to sign up to get a stencil and supplies list, just go to kckhq.com. Go down to the middle of the screen and you'll be able to sign up for your free library there. The supplies list, this exact supplies list is in there, and there's also a swatch of every color. God bless you. So you can, you're buying sneezer like me.
Yeah.
You can match up any paints that you have, okay? I have Viridian, which is the teal. I have a phthalo blue, which is a dark blue. I have a fluorescent green. We don't need that today. And you don't need that either. You don't have to make it that bright if you don't want to. You can definitely do without that. You have sap green. And then I have this green earth, which is a nice leaf color. I put a couple of those leaves down below with it, which I'll show you that tomorrow. But you can make that with sap green, black, and white, which I'll show you. I have a little gold, and then I have my cat orange. Yeah, cactus green. What did I say? Greener. Yeah, cactus green. She's right. So I really did like the shade without mixing it too, but you can mix it very easily. This is a Lucas brand as well. Okay. All right, so we're gonna move to the easel. Does anybody have any questions? Oh, she said bless you. That's so nice, Cheryl. Thank you. Desi, it's freezing for her too. It's good on my screen also.
Yeah.
So it might be, it could be people's Wi-Fi signals. A lot of times on Facebook Lives, they can do that depending on where you're at, if there's storms happening, things like that. But this is, the signal's strong for us. So when you go back and watch replay, you won't have any of that whatsoever if it's strong on our side, okay? So hopefully it gets clear for you. Not able to paint tonight. We'll catch up tomorrow. Really enjoying last night. Loving my painting. That makes me so happy to read, Betty. Yay. You'll have to show it to us. You're good. Everybody's good. Okay, yay. I'm glad. I like your glasses, Casey. Thanks, Cheryl. Because I love my other pair sitting somewhere else. Oh. Okay, that's my signal.
8:13.
Okay. So Rebecca's going to let me know any questions you have. I'm going to put on this light back here so we're lit up really well. We're going to go to my my easel. So, oops, I'm going to bump everything. Okay.
You still do that email up on the thing?
I do. There we go. Thank you. How am I going to survive without you? She's going on vacation.
I'm going to...
She is. She's got everybody trained to cover everything.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna work on the stems, all right? So let's work on the biggest one first so you can see it the most, all right? So I'm gonna bring this down just a touch. I am going to zoom in for you, okay?
Right.
So keep me
What
on my
part are you
toes
doing
with the
first?
zoom. So we're gonna start with
sorry,
the stems right here. That's okay. All right, so let me grab my 1/2-inch flat brush.
Now I need a pause button so I can go back.
Do you need to
And I'm like, what did she say?
So, and you're gonna let me know if anybody
Yes.
needs anything.
Yep.
So if you're just jumping on, make sure you share the live so you can get entered into the prize wheel. Also, one more thing before we start. Here's our app. So if you win Casey Cash, you can go in and use it on the app. But for us to deposit it in there, we're gonna deposit everything by the end of the week. You need to download the free app. You just search Casey K in your app store on your Android or Apple. And also we have a desktop link. Can you put that in the comments? Okay. All right, here we go. All right, so we're gonna work on this big stem first because then you'll be able to see it the most. Generally, I work from right to left or left to right, depending on what I'm working on. But because I'm left-handed, I tend to want to work right to left. What we're gonna do is we're gonna show, it's gonna be a little brighter towards the top and the middle, and the underside of it's gonna be a little bit shadowed, okay? So we're gonna start with a little bit brighter. We're gonna use our dark brown, which is our Van Dyke brown, and our raw sienna, which is our lighter brown, and a little bit of white, okay? See, we're gonna let some of this black show through in the creases. Again, this is starting and stopping at different points, so you're not making stripes next to each other. My angle is going to be best this way, so I will be turning my canvas so I can work right around this edge first with the brightest and then work my way down, okay? I love your sound.
Sorry.
Okay, so I'm going to turn it this way, all right? So I wet my brush, all right? I have my dark brown here, all right? I have my light brown here. I'm switching from throwing pots on a pottery wheel the whole day to acrylics. My hands are a little numb, I think. So we use a little bit of white with that, and you're gonna tap it off because we want a little bit brighter at the very top, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna press a little bit harder where we are here. I'm also holding my brush down by the ferrule, okay? Once I get this in, I'm just going to lightly scuff back and forth. And we'll build up where we need it brighter, and then we'll take off our pressure where we need it darker right underneath. Do not come down here until you start running out of paint and you have a lighter touch, okay? Lighter touch, less paint. All right, so we're gonna keep with that. I seriously can't feel my fingers very much. I think I used my back too much today. It's too funny.
Can't help you out with
I
that.
know. She says to me, I go, listen, my back went out about 15 minutes before I came over here. It's because I stooped. I slumped today. And she goes, well, I can't paint for you, so I'm okay right now. But I'm going to make it a little bit brighter here, a little bit of pressure. So this is really important when you're working on the stem. As you come down to this area is going to be shadowed a little bit. So I want you to not have a lot of paint and not a lot of pressure here. So I'm using the back of the brush. You see that little tip that I'm using the paint from right there. Very, very light touch, all right, lifting off, coming over to the darker side, come over to the dark side. And so I'm gonna go there, all right.
Little blurry on when you showed up the brush up close, it was like real blurry.
Oh, was it? Did I hold
Yeah.
it too close? I thought I was giving a good view of it. I was holding it too
Lucy
close.
said you say very little paint, but when you're going in, it looks like so much paint. Looks can be deceiving, I guess.
Yes, that's true. So there's the amount of paint when I'm getting the white. Is that blurry? It's okay?
Yeah, it looks okay.
Okay. I'm going to tap it just a little bit so I don't have a lot. I'm going to start up here again. I want this a little bit brighter. Okay, a little bit brighter. And then I'm going to come down and lift off, all right? So I'm going to touch some of this with this white as well, all right? We're going to leave some areas darker so don't cover everything up, all right? And then I'm just going to lift off. I still need this to appear, see that's a little bit bright, so I'm just going to take my finger, go like that. I need it to appear round still. I don't want it to look flat. So right here in the center, it's going to be a little bit brighter right there as well, okay? Move that weird mark in there, we'll fix that. Yes.
Kelly said her canvas is super dry and it's driving her nuts.
Oh, you know what? So actually just use a little bit of water with yours, Kelly, then, because that will help. But later, I did bring the extender to show it. Here's something that you can use for dry canvases. It's right here. So this is the product that I have covered in paint, of course. It's a golden product. This will last me forever. Lasts forever. So this is a 6-to-1 ratio, but I don't measure it. I put a little small amount on my plate, okay, or my palette. It's like that, and then you can just pull in a little bit of paint with that, okay? And so let me show you that. So this is called golden retarder, all right? So you would pull that, and then you can pull it into your side palette paint. Then it's gonna go on nice and smooth for you, okay? So just a little bit, you can pull it at a time. It'll make a nice edge for you and everything. So that's something to consider, or you're just gonna need to put a little bit more of a tip of your water into in the paint, okay? Any other questions?
Let's see.
I'm gonna show also, say it got too bright on the underside. What you would do is you would get a little bit of black.
Oh, thanks, Haley. She posted the link for the retarder stuff.
Oh, thank you. And were you guys able to post a link for the
yes.
desktop?
Yep.
Okay, great. So a little bit of brown and black, the Van Dyke brown and black. So this is what I'm talking about, like even down here at the bottom of the canvas, which you can't see now, where I was like, if you need to bring your dark back in, you start on this back side. Actually, you can have a little bit more black here, just a tiny bit. And then you can start back here and take your pressure off as you come back up. So if you want to add some of those crevices back in, like that big white mark I made there, you can always do that, okay?
Okay.
And I do feel like it, I have one line that's a little too dark right here, but I'm just gonna barely touch it with my brush. Just add a little bit of color to it, okay? Does anybody have any questions with that?
I don't know. Everyone's so saying hello. Cindy,
Hello.
hi from PA. Gwen
Hello.
said hello, everyone.
Hi, guys. So here, guys, you need this to be dark down here. So if it's not dark, just lightly touch it and pull down. So when I'm putting my brush down, I'm almost like barely touching the canvas, and then I'm lifting off as I come down through here. You want this to remain dark down here, okay? Any questions? The other thing is when you have something dark, you need to know where it ends though. It just can't go to like pitch black. So you need just a little bit of color underneath there, okay? Any questions?
Not yet.
Okay.
If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments.
Yeah.
And I can ask Casey.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do with this one, I'm going to show you, and you can change this up. So I look at several different stems when I'm creating the pumpkin. So this one I have more like raw sienna, and then I put raw sienna white. I put a little gold on there, and then I also put a little bit of my dark green and my Viridian on there. So like a greenish teal on the stem as well. So I change them up, depending on the pumpkin. Yeah.
Lori asked, does your paint dry out each night, or are you using a new paint each day?
So this is the paint from yesterday. I've still yet to bring the Ziploc freezer bags here. I could keep it for a week in the Ziploc freezer bags. So we got one of those little tiny garbage bags, and we put it in there, and it was fine. So this is from yesterday, except for I need more white because of what I did to the white. That's all. So, but yeah, you're totally fine to cover it and keep the same paint all week. Okay. Ziploc freezer bags, they save you. And Kathy Cunningham I've painted for how long, and she's the one that told me that. She was like, yeah, I would try to scoop some back in,
Yeah.
So I'm putting a little bit of my raw sienna, which is my light brown, and my white. Okay, we're gonna start right at the top. I move my hand over so you can see, because the camera's like right behind this, all right? So I have an awkward position, but I don't wanna flip this one for you. Okay? Barely scuff it. You don't need, hardly any paint. We're gonna put some gold on here and some green. All right, I'm gonna make my brush go like the skinny way here. There's a little bit too much water in it, so I'm gonna wipe it off, grab my paint again. my ferrule was holding water from when I washed it. A lot of times when I get my paint, I'll go ahead and wipe it off with the paint on it one time before I grab my paint again due to the water after you wash it. I know it sounds like a waste of paint, but it does help. Okay, a little bit brighter in the center so we can show that it's round. This I'm going to let dry for a minute just because I have a little bit too much water in there, and then we'll come back and we'll add some gold and some teal to it. In the meantime, I'll take a little bit of white. I will have to turn it here to get a good angle.
Kathy said, "Yay, I'm the bag lady."
She's so funny. Listen, that was the best thing ever, because especially if I'm doing a Technique Tuesday, you know, and then we want to review or do anything with the same thing like the next week. Like say it's a big painting and it's a 2-day thing, or I'm doing it 2 days later. I love to save the paint from that, you know, so everything's left just as I left it with them, you know. So we're gonna let that dry, and I'll put a couple more, you know, touches of color on there so they come together really nice and quick. I'm gonna move over here. So I used my browns on this side and a little bit of I used a little bit of gold and a little bit of sap green on this one. All right, so I'm starting the same way, but I'm going to start with my same way as I did before. I'm going to start with my raw sienna and my white. Okay, we're going to start at the top. All right.
Kathy asked, "Can I just buy the script liner brush?"
So we don't have them separately yet. They're 10 packs, and then there's the 2-pack dome brush, but for our brush line. But we will be doing that in the future. But right now, we've been selling them all as packs first. But we will have singles at some point, because I know the members had told me, they're like me, where you, like say we use our flat brushes the most and script liners the most. We do want a couple of those, you know, right there. I have 3 packs out myself right here.
Yes, you do.
So I get it. Yeah, that's why I have like a wad of brushes. But I have to tell you, I love, love, love flat brushes. I did talk to our brush manufacturer today. They're packaging them up. I'm very excited. And so they should be with us next week to get our, you know, second one.
Awesome.
And you'll be gone for all the packing and shipping of those. Just in time.
Well. Oh yeah,
you're
I'll print
sneaking
labels
away.
before I
Okay.
go, so you
thank
can
you.
just
Yeah, we have a
snap
bunch
one.
on back orders that we'll get out. I can do that. though.
Kathy asked, "Can you recommend a good one other than yours?"
So the one that I used for years before we had our own line is Golden Taklon, and you can find that at jerry'sartorama.com. So I'm going to go a little bit brighter right here, and that's what I used for years. Now the difference is, and the reason why we created ours, is that they're very flexible, like they're bendy, it's very soft, which was fine for me, but a lot of our painters, you know, like something a little bit more stiff, and they felt like, you know, if you don't have a real light pressure when you paint, they felt like it was too, it made it like almost like flimsy for them, you know.
Yeah.
So we did end up creating, I'm going to make this kind of like swoop out like this a little bit. We did end up making it a little bit stiffer. So right on the bottom side of that, I'm going to get, I wiped off my brush on my paint towel. I'm going to get a little bit of my dark brown, and I'm going to just like make the bottom of this just a little bit darker. Okay?
Is the gold, yellow, ochre, or metallic gold?
So this is metallic gold. This one is Lucas, and but we have creative inspirations as well. This is really metallic, so I'm going to show you. I'm going to just highlight one more time with the white. I'm going to smash my brush down because I want it to get nice and thin like that. Okay, nice and thin. I'm going to hold this like that so you can see. So then I can go here and I can make a real nice line, and I'm lifting off when I'm doing that also. I'm going to grab a little bit of my sap green without washing my brush, okay? Just a touch, all right, just a little bit. And I want to scuff a little bit of green in here, you know, because some of the stems, they have browns, they have greens, they have, you know, all different colors. I actually can't believe we're almost at fall. I can't.
That's crazy.
I know, it's crazy. So then what I'm going to do, you do want to wipe off your brush really good or wash it and dry it really good when our gold kind of dried up. Can I grab some gold from you?
Yeah.
And whenever you're putting the gold on, because any color like a getting white in that or anything like that. This is the Lucas Gold right here, and I really do
I
like
don't know if
it.
it'll come out through there.
Oh, is it gonna be stuck?
I think so.
Okay. Because of people like me doing this?
Yes.
Yeah. It's my fault. I never use the nozzle. I just bang it on.
I can tell.
I know, so I kind of mess up. They have to like stick things in the end. So I'm gonna grab a little bit of my gold. Now gold goes a long way. Kind of wipe it off. Just a little. See how little I have? Goes a really long way. Okay. I want to say hello to my mom. She never says anything.
Hi, Mom.
Yeah, Marcia Boyd. Say hello. She watches all of these. Stays up past her bedtime because she gets up the crack of dawn and goes to bed early. But she watches, you know, all the lives. I want to say hi. Do you see a fly on here? So I'm also going to come over here. Make sure you can see this.
I saw
Look,
it.
it's staying with me.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you kidding me? I did this live last year and I was in my home studio, a little bit of gold. So when I have this gold, I'm brushing my brush like this. I'm lifting off. I'm not like this. I'm like this, like this, like this, angle. So light, very little paint. I'm gonna scuff it on there. Okay, these little subtle marks make a big difference. I'm gonna take a little bit of my Viridian, maybe my sap green, just the smallest amount of paint. Did my mom write? Did you see it? She's silent on that.
I didn't see yet. I was responding.
One time the membership was really trying to get her to talk, and she was on this. She's even shy online.
Silent ninja.
Yeah, she's shy online too. You can tell you're talking for my dad.
Virginia said, I just lost it.
Yes, hi
Son of a
Virginia.
biscuit.
I'm gonna
Okay.
get a little bit more white.
She said, I just downloaded the app. It's great, very user friendly and intuitive.
Oh,
Easy shopping.
I'm so glad you said that. It is. It's so easy to work with. That's why we like it also. And then it'll build rewards and credits you can share with people, and you can get credits for that. It's like the nicest. We were real pleased with that. Believe it or not, we did that through Comments Sold. We don't film from Comments Sold, but we like their app because we thought it had a really very nice features. And Rebecca loves it for shipping purposes.
Yes. Now, Diane Carr asked, will the new brushes be included in the all-in-one paint kits?
So they are not included in that. Reason being is we have let me shut this off real quick. So for our kits, we were gonna pull out a kit. We didn't still. We'll do that for tomorrow. Yeah, we'll do that at the end of today, so we have it for you for tomorrow. The reason why we don't put the KC brushes into the kits is because that would raise the expense of the kits. And so we're putting these 10 packs, less expensive brushes into the kit. Because most of the time, very few people have just ordered one kit. And so they generally, what they do is they buy a pack of KC brushes and then they get these in there, or you just paint with these the very first time.
Right.
Or however many you want. But that's how we can, and we're gonna reduce the kits at some point a little bit further. So because we're using, we're changing the brushes up a little bit. Yeah.
And you like the stiffness.
I do,
of the brushes
yeah. The
and
stiffness,
everything.
we wouldn't put them in there if you couldn't use them. It's just that, of course, ours is a little bit higher quality, and my cost, you don't want my hard cost into a kit.
Yeah.
And get a set every time you order a kit too.
Right.
So yeah. All right. Any other questions?
When you paint two canvases, it amazes me how they both look so much alike. I know mine would look so different. That's from Debbie.
Debbie, what's funny about that is I don't look at the other one. If you look, I'm going to spin this around so you can see how I paint when I'm teaching, okay? And this is the same except for on the opposite side when I'm teaching out of my home studio, okay? So I have this arm on my easel. I can't paint straight down because I do have very extensive spinal cord injury from here down to my belly button, and I have a disc jammed in the middle of it. So I can't stoop at all, kind of like today. I'll pay for that for days. I have an arm on my easel right here, and then I work with an iPad, which is what I'm looking at you on, and I zoom in and out. So this is always sitting up at the top so I can grab it and show you a finished piece. And I don't reference it much. So it is surprising that it does, it does come together. I do like to show how we teach, like how I do this in case somebody else. We have about 50% of our members are business members, and they're licensed to teach our paintings in their own in-person classes. You can also sell, say you paint one of our paintings, you're going to sell it at the craft show, put it on any type of surface and sell it.
Right.
All of our members can do that. You just can't teach online because we teach online. But I always like to show my setup. We have a whole library of videos
Yes.
on how to build your own business as well. So there's tons of stuff in there. And we also make notes so you can just print them and go to teach. So there's a lot of fun things in there.
You
for
thought
teaching.
everything, huh?
No. I'm sure we're always adding stuff. So.
Kim asked, what are the stem colors in the turquoise pumpkin?
So in this one, I started out with my browns and white, and then I scuffed it with a little bit of gold. Let me move it over. I'm gonna show it to you. And then I put a little bit of teal and green on here just to add a little bit of a highlight, change it up a little bit. Okay?
Nice.
Okay?
Okay.
Okay. All right, so we are going to, I need you to wash your brush. We're gonna move to our vase. I don't know if you call it a milk can, vase, you know, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna zoom
thought
out
you
right
called,
now.
or would you? Oh, I
call
thought you
it-
called it a base earlier.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
and I was like, what? She's got two bases.
Remember, so when I send out happy mail to people,
Yes.
they think I say happy meals. And
Right.
they're like, we're getting a happy meal? So I do think it's neat.
I mean,
Because I say pumpkins instead of pumpkins. There's something wrong with me.
But then, like, you're texting too. I'm like, I don't understand anything you just said.
I don't know if any of you use talk to text, but that's what I do all day long. Because having my head down and my hands out are really bad for my back. So I hit the microphone when I talk into it, and they decipher it. And
Yes.
it's always something crazy.
It's like a secret code. She's like, pack the kids, and I'm like, what kids? I'm like, oh, kids. Got it.
It's always like, yeah. Okay, so now we're gonna work on the vase, okay? I'm sweating. I'm gonna turn the air down after. So what we're going to do is we are going to make this appear round. How you do that is, I felt like there was, first of all, a little bit more light on the right side of this because the left side has that pumpkin close to it. You know, so there's a little bit of shadow down behind this pumpkin, a little bit of a shadow, more of a shadow on this side, okay? You need to follow the curve, all right? So you're following this curve of this shape right here. We're letting it get a little bit darker right here where it, you know, goes out further, okay? A little bit brighter at the top. The light would hit that a little bit more. Now this is important. So whenever we're making this pumpkin, remember we're making like one long, one short, one long, one short.
Well, the strokes.
Yes, with the
Okay.
strokes. So with this, we're gonna be using the wide part of the brush. I have the 1/2 inch brush, all right? So if you have the blue pack from your kit, then you're gonna use that smaller flat brush. And so I'm lifting off like this. And the reason why my brush is this way is because I want it to feather out. We don't wanna be like this, okay? And so we're gonna lift off one longer, maybe shorter. We'll start at different points. We're gonna build this up. I want you to use the smallest amount of paint. We're gonna build this up, okay? So you could use silver on here and then highlight with white as well, but I'm just gonna use gray because not everybody has silver, okay? So we're gonna do that. So that's next.
But your gray, when you use the gray, it looks so dimensional too.
It does, I know, but I don't think I put gray on the silver on the list, did I?
No.
No, I didn't think so, because I didn't want people to have to get a metallic if they didn't have to. So let's start by making a little bit of gray, my black with the white, okay? Generally, I put the black in the white. I don't put the white into the black because it'll take too long to get it, you know, to lighten it up. So I pull out the white and then put a little black in it. So here it is on the side. I'm gonna wipe off my brush on the side of my plate. I don't wanna use it. Oh, I have to turn this back on. I'm like, why is it so dark in here all of a sudden? That's why. Oops, okay. All right, so what we're gonna do, I always like to go like this, see how much paint I have, all right? Let's start up under here. And I'm lightly grazing the canvas. Remember, it's gonna be darker, right, you know, right above that line, because right on that line, we're gonna make it a little bit lighter. Up here, it's gonna be shadowed. We don't need it nice and bright there, but I do need an edge. You always need to know where things end, okay? So we need a little bit of an edge. Look how little paint I'm using. Like, I'm literally, you know, it's almost sticky. I'm using so little. So this is called dry brushing, all right? So first let's get the base of the gray on. I'm kind of yelling today because I know when I'm turned this way, it's a little, you can't hear it as much, you know?
Gotcha.
Okay, so once we have that on, what I want you to do is I'm gonna have you grab a little bit more white, all right? We're gonna tap that off also, a little bit of white, tap it off. I'm gonna add a little bit of brightness. Now see my brush is at an angle, okay? So I'm gonna lightly touch here. I'm lifting off every single stroke, but I need a little bit more of a highlight, just in a couple areas here, all right? And then also, I'm gonna take a little white. I'm just gonna make this edge, all right?
Are you zoomed in at all?
I don't think I am. Do you want me to?
Yeah, I think it's kind of tough to see.
Yeah, let me drop this down and zoom in. No, you're fine. I'll move it to the middle too. There we go. Better?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And let's give away a prize. We're gonna give away a prize.
Sure.
So just a little bit of white on the sides, guys. Nothing too bright because your eye will draw there. Like that one's a little too bright, so I'm just gonna wipe it off a little bit with my finger. And then Miss Rebecca, I'm gonna put a little bit more white right here. Lifting off, don't make a harsh mark. So if you make a harsh mark, you're gonna just grab some black and go back through it, okay?
Okay, I have 2 Casey Cash winners,
Okay.
$5. The first one is Sandra Kuntz, and the second one is Jeannie Brewer, $5 in Casey Cash.
Congratulations. So download the app. If you're a winner, she's going to put a Google form next to your name and just put your name and your email, and we can drop it into your account. So just download KCK on the App Store, okay? And we put the desktop link in there, right?
Yes.
Okay. Coming along beautifully. Thank you so much, Barbara. How are you today? Prize. Oh, remember, for those of you, you're using metallic. I love that. And we can highlight with white if you're using metallic too, okay? Thanks so much, Tanya. Aw. I love the way you don't have to use much paint to get such depth. Thank you so much, Lynn. I do love that too. What was I gonna say? I forget what I was going to say. I was going to say something else. I don't know what it was. Okay, so what we're going to do is
Sorry.
I don't know.
Sorry, I can't help you there.
I'm sorry. But the desktop, if you want to put that in again too. In case of, some people don't use, I'm going to turn this. I think it'll be a little bit better. Some people don't use like their phones and iPads for things and just the desktop.
Right.
I know I love my desktop. Okay, so I'm going right underneath the chalk line, right underneath the drawing, okay? This is a little curve, all right? Go ahead and go over the handle, it's totally fine. It has to be a little bit brighter towards the top, all right? We're lifting off different spots, okay? But we have to follow that shape that's slightly curved, just a little bit. It's gonna be brighter in the center, which will build up, and then it'll get, a little darker towards the sides, all right? So when you start running out of paint, get a little bit more paint. This is called dry brushing, all right?
And that's okay that you're covering up some of the chalk lines.
Yep, it's okay. I'll tell you if you need to, leave something there. But the handle, you can definitely cover up. Don't come over to the sides until you're almost out of paint, okay? So we're gonna put our brush right up against here. We're gonna follow like a little bit of a curve, just a little bit. I'm gonna pull this over. So I'm kind of scuffing. I'm using the back of my brush, and I want a little bit of a highlight on the sides. Now we could do this with the script liner at the end, or you can, when you have very little paint, you can scuff it across there, okay? So I'm gonna get a little bit, there's so many paintings that, that include dry brushing and make things so three-dimensional. So I think it's a great skill to learn how much paint and how much pressure. This is a little bit brighter in the center, okay? And we'll build up our other highlights after we get this in. We need a base. So I can press a little harder once I figure out how much paint's on my brush, how much paint's gonna come off. And then I'm gonna come over here when I hardly have anything, all right? I'm gonna grab a little bit more paint again. But you paint how you're most comfortable. So if you feel like you're more comfortable doing this with it straight up and down, that's totally fine. Or if you're holding it, or if you have it flat on a countertop or a table, that's fine too. All right, so remember, not too bright down here. Lift off as you come to your other pieces because you need a little bit of a shadow there. All right, so we have our base for that. Now you could, if this is getting too like dry for you, I just put the very tip. So when I say the very tip in the water, like I literally just put like right to there in the water, and then I put it in my side pile. Okay. So, and remember to flatten your brush like this. You need it really nice and flat. Okay. I love your shells.
I'm just thinking out loud. I'm like, oh, that's a good tip. I'll use it one day.
We'll bring you back into painting. This fly loves me.
It does.
It must like clay. Because I was covered. We were covered. You see, we put the pictures of going to Studio 83. If you're in Ohio, like around, Boardman, Youngstown area, or you're in our area, Hermitage, PA, or Sharpsville, Mercer, check out Studio 83. Tracy Elsey. Walter told me that a lot of like our members and people who come to KCK Creations have been over there, and he told me that you were just over there, and you were just finishing up sessions, I think, and he said you were great to work with. So if you get a mark like this, I should have asked to see your pieces. Then you can just wipe that off, guys. No big deal.
Casey Broom asked, can you explain the membership, please?
Yes. Let me turn this back around, and then we can work with this straight up and down now. Okay, see how it's starting to look round? Okay. So, is it Casey spelled like my Casey?
Yes.
I never see that. Hi, Casey. Let me turn this off.
CASEY.
Yeah, our membership, we have, I'd say, in the vault, we have a few different sections in our membership. So in the vault, we have about 500 full painting tutorials, stencils, supplies lists, notes, all of that. Step-by-step tutorials in there. This fly loves us.
I know, it's all
And then we also have a bonus section of tutorials, so there's like hundreds in there. And then we have technique tutorials, there's hundreds in there. We have a grab and go section, because some people, if for our more basic things that are just don't have as much layering in there, we have that where it just has the stencils. And we just started that a couple months ago, because some of our teachers wanted some quick things in there. So we put those in there.
Here's a few examples for those who are just hopping on.
Yeah, we were showing that. So rewind after we're done and take a look at the beginning. We showed a bunch of pumpkin paintings. We have a little bit of everything, I think. But my favorite part about the membership is I paint live with our membership every single week. This is what's coming. Oh, I didn't bring that in there, did I? I thought I had a little. Tomorrow I'll show you the next. We had them pulled.
Are they there?
They're not. Yeah, I put them all back since we were open today. I'll pull them for tomorrow. But the next 5 that I'm painting with the membership that I showed yesterday, the
cowboy fishing.
The cowboy gone fishing. We have so I give them the lineup, and I keep a schedule at the top of the private membership group. If you guys want
a
a
version of what she's doing.
yeah, that's in there as well. If our ladies can you guys give the desktop the landing page to our membership page? If you go to kckhq.com and you click join now, it'll take you to another page that tells you all about it, and there's a video of like 500 tutorials on there too that you can look at really quick. So thank you so much for asking. Here's the other thing about the membership is we are offering for $19 to try for the first month, and it's generally $49 a month, but we're starting a membership drive where if we get 200 new members, we're dropping it down to $29. We get 350 new members, we're dropping it to $25. We get 500 new members, then we're dropping it to, I'm gonna put this on, we're dropping it to $20 a month from $49 a month. The reason why I'm doing that is we have a lot of people on a fixed income, and the economy is very tight, and I just want to make it so everybody can paint.
Right.
I was telling Rebecca that 98, 99% of the time somebody has to leave the membership. They write us an email and tell us it's due to financial reasons, and that wears on me, and I feel really bad about that. And so we decided to do this. So once we get those new members, we'll take it down forever. It just makes up for the loss and everything that we do have a lot of people behind what we do in the membership, especially like on the back end, the website, our employees, our customer service. There's the platforms. It took us a year to build this on our KCK membership site as well. So there's a lot on there. So we're going to reduce it. You can join for $19 and cancel anytime, but we're hoping in the next like 30 to 60 days we get it down to $20. So
we're trying.
That's our plan. Yeah. So we're going to work hard to do that for you, but you can always sign up at kckhq.com. Which blue one? Oh, so these are some of our fall paintings. That's our cover page for KCK HQ. And then these are some of our holiday paintings and snowmen.
So popular last year.
Yeah, we had it. Santa he came out so great. We had hundreds of people paint him. Like, he came out so great. So if you have any questions, let us know. You can always email us. Okay, so I'll put that up there. But we'd love to have you join us. Our members are incredibly amazing. The kindest people ever.
Yes.
Yeah. We have the best time with them every single week. So it's something that I look forward to, like, all the time.
Right.
Now that I dried my brush, so I'm going to put a little water on there. So I'm going to get a little bit of white, okay? I don't have my perspective until this is upright. So when it's upright, I want to put a little bit more white in a couple places. Like, I might make it a little bit brighter here and here. And say I might make it brighter here and here. And thank you kindly for asking. We appreciate that. And then I'm going to make just a little bit of a highlight here. It doesn't have to be just in the center. If you look at something like a glass sitting there, or a vase sitting there, you're going to see the light bouncing off in different areas, okay? And remember not to, there's a fly. Remember not to let the sides just disappear. You have to have a little tiny bit of an edge on there. Not a lot, but you need to show like where that starts and stops, okay? So the other thing that I did is I took the tiniest bit of my phthalo blue, and it's the smallest bit, okay? And I put in some color here, just a little bit. You can do this with phthalo blue or a little bit of the viridian, like the teal. So there's a little bit of color in there, tiny bit.
Cheryl Kramer asked, so I'm a monthly. If I join the larger group, will it count towards getting the price lower?
Yes, it will.
Okay.
Yes, it will.
And how long do the tutorials stay in our library?
So they stay in there forever.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you can paint anything you want. Try it out too, like for the $19. Make sure you use the code. Did I mention that? Use this code.
Right.
KCKHQ19.
Yes.
Use that at kckhq.com because that'll take it down to $19 for you. Okay? Perfect. Yeah, and you're not locked in at all. Like you can.
And there's a private Facebook group.
Yes. So can you put that in there? Just put the @ sign with the group. That would be great. So those of you that have joined us this week in our private membership, make sure you go to the private membership. That's the best part to me. I love it so much. Okay, so we have that done. What I'm going to do next, I washed out my brush. We would love to have you. We would. But I just think it'd be amazing. So I add, and I'll be quiet about this after a second, I add at least 4 paintings in every single month. Like I paint live, there's 4 paintings, and then I drop in bonuses all the time.
Right.
So there's never just 4 paintings a month
right.
that adds to the vault. But it truly is like such an amazing time painting with everybody. Like I can't even.
You love it. It's
I
your
love
favorite
it.
thing.
It's my
you talk about.
There are painting
You love
family.
it.
I do. I love it. I love it so much.
I can vouch for that.
Yes, you can. I'm like, I love it so much. So that's why I was so bothered, like, whenever we do get a message like, hey, our car broke down or our washer broke and we can't paint with you now. And, whenever my son was battling that illness and I know what it is like to, like, be, watching every single cent, especially with this business and the building and the employees and everything. I still watch every single thing. And so I'm making this a little bit brighter towards the middle. This is light brown and white, so raw sienna and white. So I understand that. And the economy is like tough right now. So if we can get it to $20 for everybody, oh my gosh, I would be in heaven for you. Like, that'd be great. So that's $5 a week, I think that's much more feasible.
Right.
Okay, so see how it's a little brighter in the middle? Okay. It doesn't have to look round though, so I don't know why I was saying that. You need it brighter at the top where the light's hitting. I was distracted for a minute. Yeah, so a little bit brighter at the top, a little bit darker at the bottom. It doesn't have to look round, it's a piece of wood.
Right.
Yeah, okay, so we have that. Remember to show like where that starts and stops. Yeah, when I had that fly in my studio last year, it was on my nose. Like,
Oh no.
Oh my gosh, it kept landing on my nose. I was dying. Katrina probably has seen it because she's seen everything. She was member number 1.
That's 001.
Yeah, member number 1.
What color are you using on the tin in the black square spot, please?
So this I used a little bit of phthalo blue, and it's the slightest amount. A little bit right in here. And this was raw sienna, which is a, the light brown with a little bit of white, making it brighter right at the top.
A little bit.
Can you see it?
It's zoomed in a little bit, so now we can. Yeah.
Okay.
It was down.
All right. So this has a little bit of blue, and then this is raw sienna with white. Okay. So then I'm going to go to my script liner, and that's the one. And if you don't have a script liner, what you want to use is like a thin, round brush. Something with a small point would be good. This is one of our round brushes. We have 3 in our pack, but something with a small point would be great. I'm going to use my script liner. What I love about script liners, and look how flat and thin it can get, but then if you need a little bit of a wider line, you press harder and then lift off to get your thin line again. So what we're going to do is we're going to initially put our line down here in black, which is our metal, okay? So I'm going to take it. Remember, anytime we use our script liner, we're going to water down our black, okay? Water down, water down. The best thing about going live on the public page is that to show people that they can paint every single thing we paint. Every single thing in the studio, which maybe towards the end of the week I'll walk you through the studio and show you all the paintings on the walls and stuff, but you would be able to paint everything we have. So what I'm going to do is the hook is kind of like underneath here. Let's do this one because we can see a little bit of a hook, all right? So you'd probably be better off like starting from down here and like connecting it like that, okay? Just try to make it even on both sides. So say you put this on here and it's not even initially. Just take your paint towel and wipe it off very lightly with a touch of water, okay? We're gonna highlight this with a little bit of white as well, okay? So I'm gonna wash my script liner. I'm gonna go to my white. My mom ever say hello?
I didn't see her. There's been a few people saying that they're having video freezing and no audio. But our girls that are working at home and us, we have everything, so
it must be. So yeah. I think storms are moving across the country again, and so it could be something with Facebook for their stream, I'm not sure. But when you go back and watch it, it should be,
right. And the replay will be up.
Yeah, as soon as we're done. So this is the slightest amount of watered down white. Okay, so the black I'm just using is kind of like a shadow, all right? So just a little bit. I have like a little hook under here. This side you can't see it, okay? So you have a little bit of a handle there, all right? So next what we're going to do is we're going to start with the base, just the base. So don't think that these are done, but we're going to start with the base of our sunflowers, okay? So here's something. Whenever you're on a black canvas, this takes a little while to build up. So what we're going to do first is we're going to color block, but still lift off as we're coming, down towards the center. All right, so we have a little bit of black showing through, a little less work to do later. But you're not going to, paint just these colors right now. We're going to color block. Otherwise, you're going to build up yellow and white for a really long time. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get like a medium to a little bit larger round brush. All right.
Okay.
Okay. I think you will. So right here. So I'm gonna wet that. I want you to have some whites, and we're gonna work with the yellow and maybe a little bit of raw sand in the start because we're just color blocking. We need the black not to show through so much.
Can't see how much yellow you put in there.
Okay, so right here, that's okay. It's the zooming in.
Little smidge.
So we're making this. We're just making this concoction basically of whites, raw sienna, and yellow. All right, this is just going to be a base, and it needs to be like a nice amount of paint. All right, so you can have a touch of water in there, but this pile has a lot more paint than what we used before, all right? This is initially going to look flat, so I want you to trust me. We have to trust the process, all right? Because when we finish this step tomorrow, don't go on and finish it because I want to teach you the rest of it. But let's get just one coat of this on and let it dry for tomorrow, okay? So I'm gonna lift off as I come towards the center, just like that. It's going to look flat, okay? So it's okay. So I'm gonna go around the edge with a little bit of pressure, and then I'm gonna pull, and I'm gonna lift off as I come down through here, okay? You can use a tiny bit of water in your brush in this pile, all right? And then tomorrow we're gonna add all of the, highlights and lowlights. We just need to color block it first, because otherwise you'll be here all day trying to layer that up, all right? Because we're on a black canvas.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
It's
so
8:58.
8:58. See, this is our last thing we're gonna do. We're gonna color block these in. We're getting better at maybe talking and showing stuff.
Yeah.
I always ask, so since my mom, jumps on lives and stuff, and I was like, anything that you think that anybody would want to see, and she's so sweet. My mom is very, mild-mannered and stuff, and she was like, well, you could maybe start painting a little earlier. And she was like, because people are excited to paint, and so maybe start painting a little earlier. It was, she said it real nice, and I was like, I think that was good input, So I'm just kind of smashing this brush, even though it's a little bit bigger brush, but so I can get my point on it. But you use the round brush you feel like is best for you, okay? So if I get into a smaller area, I can get a smaller brush out. Leave that chalk line so you know where this starts and stops, all right? But see how I'm leaving some black? This one I can pull in a little bit further.
Would it be okay to base coat petals white first?
Yep, it would, yeah. You could, but I think the medium tone will save you from putting in, having to go back with so much color. I just think it might be better. You could do the white, but it might be a little bit better to have a little bit of the yellow or raw sienna in there with it. Okay, so we're gonna do this throughout. So this is gonna be a little monotonous. All right, a little bit of water when you're going around the edge. Make sure you're lifting off. This is gonna save you some work in here, but I'll show you how to put that back in if you need it, okay? So I'm gonna touch this back petal. The back petal, you have to leave the black in between, the back petal and the front petal, all right? Yeah, yellow, so there's a couple, so this one I missed right here. There's a couple colors that are pretty transparent, especially on black. And so your pinks, like rose quinacridone.
Oh, that's how you say that.
Yes.
Say rose.
Yes, rose quinacridone. And so that yellows are very transparent. Let me think. Yeah, there's a few colors. Oranges can be very transparent, especially on a black canvas, Let's give away some prizes. What do you think?
Okay.
Okay. Because I'll be doing the same thing.
Okay.
Over and over again. Okay.
Kathy Kilpatrick Davis with a $5 Michael's gift card.
Aw, congratulations.
That was Kathy Kilpatrick Davis.
Okay. And you can turn this, guys, so your point, you're always starting out at your point, you're lifting off. So this is, again, lifting off, one long, one short. Okay.
Is your yellow watered down?
So I have a little water in my brush. Yep, a little bit. A lot of time, but a little bit. You can get this back pedal. The back pedals, you're always leaving a little bit of dark. My husband's at home making hibachi.
Ooh.
I know. I'm excited.
So you gotta go to bed soon?
Yes. I'm going to go up here because I might flip it to do the bottom ones a little bit easier. We were gonna make hibachi together. We ended up going to Steak or Quake and Lube. Have you guys ever been to
Quaker steak.
Yeah, Quaker Steak and Lube. That's
Steak
it.
or Quaker.
I haven't been there forever, since the kids were probably like 12, and I had a ribeye there that was to die for. It was so good. Katie said her food was good too.
What'd Katie get?
She got some chicken concoction.
Huh.
Yeah, it looked good too.
And another winner, Jerry Pucci Zopa for $5 Amazon.
Congratulations. And we will email you guys all your gift cards by the end of the week and drop in all your cash in your app as well by the end of the week. I just haven't had a chance because my daughter's only home for 2 days. So we will definitely do that. And make sure if you're watching the replay or you just jumped on that you share so you can get entered in the prize wheel to win a month of the KCKHQ. And if you're already a member, we'll just add an extra month for you. So we have a lot of members that pay annually because you save 2 months. And they ask, when we pay annually, how does that affect us when the rates go down, And so we divide it by that, that amount for the amount of months and we extend it. So that's what we do. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So I know this looks flat and this looks boring right now, but it'll come together so beautifully tomorrow. It'll all make sense. So this is where you just need to trust me a little bit.
So you're gonna add more to them tomorrow?
Tomorrow we add burnt sienna, we add yellow, we add white. Yeah, we highlight and low light.
You said that already, didn't you?
No, it's fine. Okay, so I'm going to turn this and make sure you can still see this. Yeah. So I always want to turn it so I can get to my point first. Watch, put your hand in wet paint. So if you put your hand in wet paint, like right away you feel it. Like this might be a little wet. Lift your hand straight up. Okay, don't like shift it off to the left or the right. Like I had my hand in paint, but it doesn't pull much off and it's not going to smear it. Okay, so all of us have times that we put our hand in paint, but always keep that in mind to just pull it up, because you don't want to smear it and then have to clean all that up. All right. Right. So when you're doing this, just lift off your pressure.
What brush are you using again?
I'm using my larger round in the KC brushes. So in this pack, if you have this, if you have it's this brush actually right here. If you have a kit, right here, yeah. If you have a kit, it's this one right here.
Gotcha.
Okay. We shipped a lot of kits, so I thought I'd just show wet brushes. But a lot of people that had kits, they have our brushes also, but some Okay, so I'm gonna go right here. I'm gonna pull this in. See how I'm lifting off? A little bit of pressure around the sides. Anytime you want to make a nice, crisp mark, you want a little bit of pressure. Now see how there's a little bit of paint right there? What I would do is get a clean paint cloth and just a tiny bit of water and barely touch it. It comes off, okay? Much better than like smearing it across there. So then what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to the bottom and we're going to get these ones in. We'll get this coat on and then we'll call it a day until tomorrow. But I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised how it all comes together.
Boy.
Yeah, oh boy. I do love painting sunflowers. We have some really beautiful wood pieces here that I didn't pull down because they're way up on the walls that have stencils on them. They're beautiful. We have real big palettes also. We try to do a lot of different stuff in the studio as well. Let me just wipe off my hand before I put it down here. So I have a couple longer petals, and that's just because I was looking at some that had longer petals, so that's what I painted. But you don't have to bring them up as high as I did if you don't want to. Here's a back one. See how I'm lifting off before it gets, to the next one? So there's some darkness there, okay? Pressure, pressure.
Oh, I see.
You see?
Yeah.
We did better with staying in the Zoom this time. Yes,
It's hard because you want to fill in the whole thing.
Yeah.
But you just...
As soon as you move, it's tough. So this was an exciting thing. I just told our membership. So Isabella who's been working with us for probably about 5 years now, and she's in college for engineering, and she does our editing and our reels on the back end. Well, Kaylee and she both do editing for different purposes, but I asked her yesterday morning if she would start moving forward, not all the hundreds of tutorials we already have, but moving forward, if on little tiny pieces of things like smaller areas, if she could zoom in and edit our films. And she said yeah. So just as you're seeing them in the reels, she's going to zoom in like that. Maybe not the entire painting, you know, but some smaller details. I think it'll be a game changer. It would be really nice.
Danielle said, I always think in my head when I do flowers, don't forget your triangles because of your tutorial.
Yes, that's true. So I'm going to show you guys tomorrow how to make little triangles in between these if you did not need. Yeah, and it adds so much depth. It literally changes everything.
Rose said, you make it so easy to follow. I definitely need to watch last night to get caught up on those leads.
I love that. Thanks so much, Rose. That makes me happy. I think I'm going to put, I don't know if there was one here because I'm not looking at the other one, but I'm going to put one here, and I'm also going to put one here. You can feel free to add any back, you know, petals that you want. And they don't have to be everywhere, but I feel like I want a couple. Everyone's a little different, you know, so I'm going to add maybe one back here. Okay. And we go here, pressure, pressure, pressure. And we're going to pull, lift off, lift off. Don't forget the black. Leave the black in there. Save as you work. I'm going to show you how to put it in too, so don't worry if you didn't save it, you know? It's
Gotcha.
okay. Yeah. It's okay.
Everything's fixable.
Every single thing is fixable.
Hashtag.
It's true.
Everything's fixable.
You know, that's not on our shirts. We
Yeah.
didn't put that on the shirt. Listen, Diane, who's one of our painters in the studio, and Miss Claudia and Sarah and Leanne, Miss Diane had this made, but they coined every one of my faces that I say in the studio and put it on a shirt with a caricature of me, and it is so funny. And I think just about that week, we were working on some texture pieces, and I remember I said, just slap it in there, you know, because they were, you know, perfecting some things that could be really loose, and so that's on the shirt. Just slap it in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to get a little loose. Is Miss Katrina on?
I don't know if I've seen her.
Okay, because I was going to tell her, she made this very loose, like, flower painting with pink flowers. It is stunning. Stunning. So to your eye, this is going to look a little off to you right now, and I'll tell you why. Okay? So when, you know, the sunflowers like this, it's going to look a little bit flat. Okay? The reason being is, like, whenever I'm going to show you this. Okay, tomorrow what we're going to do. So when you want to make something look like it's coming towards you, what are you going to do? You're going to highlight it, okay? So right here, we put highlights more towards the center. One long, one short, one long, one short. The tips are going to have a little bit of burnt sienna with a touch of Van Dyke brown in them. And we're going to shadow the ends a little bit. That's going to make your eye think that they're bent back, okay? And then with this lighter, it's going to look like it's bent up. And then this right here, we're going to shadow this again, especially if you don't have a shadow in there. And that's going to make your eye think that it's bending in.
Okay.
So we're going to do that tomorrow. I'm going to show you the top ones up close too. So if you can hold off, I know it's so hard not to move ahead, especially if you're like sucked into the painting like I get. And so what we're going to do tomorrow is we're going to do that. You see that I did the same thing up here, the burnt sienna with a little bit of brown. So my edges are a little darker, but they're not like colored in darker. It's barely touched, you know?
Right.
A little bit darker in through here, and then we lighten here. Then I do go and get my round brush and I put some chunky white highlights in some areas. Remember yesterday how I talked about like light can hit petals in all different places. And so you don't have to have a rhyme or reason why you put this one here and put this one here and put this one here. Well, this is up towards the top, you know, but you can have some highlights like towards the center, even not make them all look like they're folding in the middle, okay? So we're gonna do that tomorrow. So I'm excited. Okay, oh, we needed to show a pumpkin. Let me do this. I'm gonna put this over here.
Okay.
Okay, do you have a chalk pencil in any of these? Do you have anything like a chalk?
Is this a chalk pencil?
No.
Oh.
No. Did I bring one out here? I was gonna draw a. If you can give me 1 second, Miss Rebecca can give out the prize. I'm gonna go get a chalk pencil.
Oh, I was going to get one.
Oh, you are? Okay. Thank you. And then she wanted me to show a pumpkin. So I'm going to show like a smaller pumpkin and we'll do that really quick. So we can do that before we end. But does anybody else have any questions? Oh, thanks so much, Casey. I appreciate it. Let me see here. There we go. Oh, Kathy, I hope you get it to work, you know, and you can watch the replay. Thanks for joining us. You want to do it. You're very welcome, Donna. I'm so glad you can join us. I can't wait to see it, Nancy. I can't wait. Teresa Lee. Yeah, so if you guys want to stay on with us, anybody that wants to see a pumpkin again, I'm going to show a pumpkin. If you have any questions, also feel free to email us, okay? If you want to check out, if you guys still need your stencil and supplies list, you just go to kchq.com. And for those of you that want to stay on, what I'll do is I'll show a pumpkin really quick, okay?
Okay.
So I'm going to go here.
Are you zoomed in still?
Probably. Let's see. My hand's right here. Yep. We're zoomed in. Okay. The wrong type. So we love these pencils, by the way, if you need. This is my favorite one. I've drawn all the years. This is my favorite chalk pencil. It goes on really easy. It's Raphine. Takes a while to get in, so I'm sure it comes in from out of the country. It's Marco Raphine. And yeah, because it has like, you know, the writing you can tell.
Right.
Yeah. But just don't drop them because they'll break a million times inside. You have to keep sharpening them, and then you want to jump like Rebecca.
Yeah.
Sometimes, okay?
Right. They're very fragile.
Yeah, so I'm going to sketch a pumpkin here. We're back pieces here. Alright, so I'm going to sketch this. And then let's say, I'm going to have a little bit of a. So let's put this together. Alright? So, say like our foreground is here. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a. Let me see if I have a dry flat brush, all right? So let's make this one orange, all right? So I'm gonna wet it, I'm gonna dry it off. I'm gonna pull out a little bit of my orange, all right? And then we can use a little bit of brown at first, our Van Dyke brown. You see it? Mm-hmm. Orange, a little bit of Van Dyke brown. This is also one of the colors that, the orange is a little sticky to be on the plate for a couple days.
The pumpkin is a little lower, so it's
I'm gonna bring it up just you know, just in case.
Okay.
And I won't stoop. And you know what?
What?
I'm gonna move this up a little bit. I don't like that so well. So, you know.
The brush is in her mouth.
Yeah.
It was just dangling on the camera lens.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Okay, so we're gonna pull this here, all right? And let's just kind of like color block this at first. This is an easy way to make your orange pumpkins, okay? So we're gonna take that, let's take a little bit of brown. You can even take a little bit of white. That'll save us some time initially, okay? Tiny bit. That way it'll block out some of that black. So let's go over that. We're gonna use a little bit chunkier paint on this one, okay? So get that, now we're gonna follow the shape on the right side. You're gonna take off your pressure, you're coming towards the pumpkin rib, which is where they meet, okay? So follow the shape like that. Alright, so I'm going to grab my orange again, my white, let's get a little bit of brown. You see how I tap off every single time? Mm-hmm. So I'm going to follow the shape, pressure, pressure, and then when I come down, I'm going to lift off where that chalk line is. I'm going to bring it super close, but don't like leave a gaping amount there, but leave a little bit. I'm using the side of the brush, and we'll build this up, remember, okay? You got to build it.
Gotta build it.
Yeah, I do feel like we're like building paintings. There's steps to building it. You're layering it up. So these parts, we're gonna start here. I'm gonna pull and lift off as I'm coming towards the stem. Now I realize like this, remember how I said like you don't always have to have the same shade? When I come back, I'm gonna make, you know, the highlights like more similar, but I just wanna get a base in there fairly quickly, okay? And then we'll come back and we'll mess with it a little bit. So we're gonna go here and I'm gonna pull down and I'm gonna lift off as I come towards my stem, all right? Here, pressure, pull off as you come towards that stem. You want that shadow in there, all right? I'm following my sheet. Get some white. We're not just leaving a white highlight on the tip. That is why I'm not like worried about doing the white last. I just want a mixture of the colors, okay? And then we'll highlight. I'm gonna show you how to make it look like the lights being the top. How's that? Instead of the middle. Or do you know, you probably wanna see how we did it yesterday, so we'll do the middle. Never mind. That's another day. Another set of pumpkins. If you, so those of you that join the membership, if you do a search in the vault and put pumpkins in there, don't hit enter. Let it do the search for you. Just put pumpkins. You'll see there's a search tab in there, and then you'll see, you know, most of the. I think they have pretty good tags on them. Most of the pumpkin paintings. But if you ever, we have a table of contents. We can put in. Haley, or if you have it on you, the how to navigate your membership, that'll show them. Because we have a table of contents that shows all the painting that they can look at, so they know. With the names and the pictures. I don't know if you have that, or Haley has that on hand. So now I'm going to go back, add a little bit more color, okay? And I'll actually add my white to that. As we go, all right? So I'm gonna just flip my brush around and add some white on there. So remember that we don't want, I just wiped off my brush, we don't want a bunch of brightness down there by the stem, all right? Because we want to give the eye the impression that that like goes in there, okay? So this brush has a bunch of like pumpkin paint on it. It's a little dried out from the orange. So I'm gonna wash it, I'm gonna get some of my white, and let's highlight, okay? A lot of times after I wash my brush, I'll wipe my brush off again once I get my color. So I'm gonna get a little bit of white, and let's go and highlight. So what we did was we went near the edge, all right? And then we're gonna do one long, one short, one long, one short, all right? We'll have to build this up. And so we're gonna do it right towards the middle because that's where the light was hitting on our other pumpkin. So we're gonna go here, one long, one short, one long, one short. You know what, Rebecca? I don't have a key, so Chris is writing me.
Oh.
Anyway, give me 1 second.
I have a key.
No, to my. Oh. He cooked all that food. Sorry. That's right about it. Look, I'll show you. My husband just made all this food on the hibachi grill. He never does stuff like that. He's my friend. 30 years. He's getting better. Pretty happy about that. I'm really bad when I see like, I tell him if he's like vacuuming or he's cooking. I'm like, oh, I like him so much.
That's the truth.
It's true. So a little bit of white. Okay, and down towards the bottom, I didn't do this on the pumpkins with you guys, but a lot of times I'll use burnt sienna down towards the bottom on an orange pumpkin. I will use a color that I use often. Can you grab that Blessed Pumpkins painting? I use Purple Lake, which is like a violet color. So I use that, and oh my gosh, it looks beautiful. It is a shadow on, so this is brighter, like towards the top of that. So I'm gonna go here, a little bit of pressure, lift off as I come in. All right.
This one?
Yeah. Oh geez, there goes plate. Okay, so here, do you see this? This has a little bit of Purple Lake in it on this one. See, I have a little bit of, I even took a little bit, put a little bit of my red in there, huh? Can't see the bottom.
Yeah.
But you can put different shades in there. Look how pretty. It says browns, reds, and purple lake in there. It looks really pretty. Okay. So you could always like change that up. So I'm gonna also, the light would be hitting right here. So I'm gonna lift off as I come around this curve. And then you could always, we're gonna take our strip liner and we're really gonna make some nice edges and things like that. You can always put in things like this fairly quickly. And then there's, you know, easy ways to put in your, you know, your fine highlights at the end. Like that, okay?
Trish said, sometimes when I paint my pumpkin, it looks like it's going to fall off the table. What is a good spot to start?
It looks like it's gonna fall off the table. Wait, I have to.
It looks like it is going to fall of the table. I think she means fall off the table.
I'm
I'm not sure if she can clarify. If you can clarify,
Yeah, if you
Trish.
can clarify, Trish. Thank you. She does a great job painting too. Really pretty. So you can go if you need it a little bit more dark at the top or the bottom. You can use your browns. You can use your burnt sienna. But you can take a little bit of brown. But see what I do? Like I actually like I want to make sure it's like not a lot. And so then you can go in here. You do like one long, one short. You can go right here where the pumpkin ribs are. And instead of having that black line, I really didn't want to take that out completely. I would do a little bit of brown and black and just here and then take off your pressure as you're coming into the rest of the piece of pumpkin, okay? And then that's gonna make it look like it's going down in right there, just like that, okay? Did that help? Let me know if that
Helped me.
You. Helped you? Good, good. So, and if you need to put some darkness back in there, you can. Just don't use like heavy paint. Don't put like a big black line in there. I talk about all the time, if you want to paint something. I didn't turn that light back on. I hope you guys were able to see that. If you are painting something, take a look at it. If you don't have it in front of you, Google it. Because you can always find pictures of anything that you need to. Like when I was growing up, there was no computers. Like we didn't have anything to look at. I know I'm a lot older than you. First computer in our school came when I was graduating. I swear.
I was say there was not a lot of computer situation going on for me.
No, okay.
No, it was like the big chunky ones.
We had to like just visualize it, you know, if we didn't see it. But now you can look at anything. Right. So the other thing that I do is I don't just look. I show our membership like how I kind of go from one thing to the next of like when I'm creating something. You know, I'm inspired by this color, but then I'm like Googling like. Say I'm painting, you know, hydrangeas, which is my favorite flower to paint. Yes, you'll see a lot of hydrangeas paintings. But I will look at tons and tons of them and get inspired by them. And I'll look at like where the light's hitting, you know, and like, you know, I like to try to give a slight impression of realism but still painting loose, and you don't have to do all that little tiny detail. Because I used to do all the little tiny detail years ago as well, but I like to paint like this a little bit more. And I feel like our method to teaching and painting are easy for people to follow instead of just, you know, having that eye and knowing exactly where to paint, you know, and making things perfect is, you know, it's a little bit different. This is looser and there's a method to it. So you can figure out every single painting as you gain the tools to, you know, as you go. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kim asks, when the yellow on the sunflower dries, I can still see the black through it. Do I need a second color or second coat of the yellow?
Let me grab that. So you can still see the black through mine. This is just the beginning. So you need to like trust, just leave it. I have, so I can't see. I have to stand up. Okay, so you can see a little bit of black through mine also, and that is totally fine. Tomorrow we're gonna add highlights and lowlights to it, so it's just a little bit of a base, and you are good to go, okay? And then tomorrow it's gonna go in a lot quicker, you know?
Trish said, like, it's too close to the edge.
The pumpkin's too close to the edge of the table?
I think so.
Painting too close to the edge of the pumpkin? Pumpkin?
I think so. Sometimes when I paint my pumpkin, it looks like it's going to fall off the table. What is a good spot to start at?
Good spot.
Like it's too close to the edge.
I like to start in the center, the centerpiece of the pumpkin. So I always like to start like here, and then I kind of work my way around on my sides, if that helps. If Trish, if that isn't what you're referring to, email me and let me know. Okay, send me a picture also and let me know so I can help.
Right.
Okay, and if anybody gets stuck, send us a screenshot. Like, we're there to help you. Okay, so you let us know.
Sounds good.
We have a lot of bright lights on today. I feel like
Very bright.
yeah, we're like blind. So let us know if you need anything at all, okay? And we love to paint with you. It's been a really fun week.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at the tape once. You didn't put the post-it note there.
It fell down.
I'm talking for serve here. I'm sorry.
Tomorrow Haley will be here.
Tomorrow Haley we will miss you. So Rebecca, she'll be with us, but she'll be from home packing for her amazing vacation.
Yes.
So yeah. Tomorrow we're gonna finish off the sunflowers,
Okay.
and then we're gonna start on the leaves down here and the hay.
Yeah, I forgot
Like, we're
about
getting
that.
there. Yeah. So we're getting there. I'm very excited.
Sounds good.
It's gonna be fun. Yeah. So show us your progress. Post it. I'll post another picture tomorrow, or you can put it. I have under KCHQ where you're at right now. I have a post on there that says, "Please put your progress in the
Yeah.
comments." Put it in there, and we'll keep checking it.
Right.
Okay. We
Sounds
love to
good.
see it. If you need anything, let us know. And I hope you have a nice night.
All right.
Okay. Thanks again. Thanks,
Bye.
Rebecca. All
You're
right. Bye,
welcome.
guys. Bye.